Hello, hello. Hey, hey, guys. All right. So, Aquarius, let's get into this. Also, shout out to AC. And also, I want to say, I think Annie S was looking forward to this as well. So, I wanted to get to this um, and see what we've got on the topic of love. AC, Violet, thank you for being here. So, we start out with the Ace of Pentacles. This is beautiful, especially on the topic of love. You notice that it's time to open up a new door. This could be the doorway to new love, or this could be it's time to open up a door that will kind of like, oh, we got a Queen of Cups. I was going to say, if we open up one door and walk through it, we're leaving something else behind. So we can look at an Ace of Pentacles as a new beginning, but in which direction, right? It all depends upon our perspective. Is it more important what we're leaving? And that's the newness. It's like, wow, I'm over an ex, and whatever comes next, I'm ready for? Or is it like, wow, this is a new person, or I'm about to cross a threshold with someone and start to explore love with someone who's been like a friend, but now they might be more than that. Well, with the Queen of Cups being sideways here, I would say she's about done waiting around. I would say nobody was baby in a corner. Jamie Jean Art, great to see you. We have a Three of Cups sideways. Okay. No more third party stuff. No more anybody that isn't sure about her or that she's not sure about isn't worth spending a bunch of time on. I think this is the time to like confidently like let go of people that are keeping our character in situationships and just move forward into, strong yeses or strong nos. Death card, Sun card. Scorpio, Leo. I love that. If that's what's on the other side of this door, is I definitely feel like somebody's done with exes. Done, done, done with exes. And it's all about, I just want to be happy. I want to meet someone who's clear. They don't have skeletons in their closet. They don't have exes that they're still halfways, involved with. I don't want to be put in third parties. I don't want to be kept waiting while they're not sure what they're doing with their previous partner, or they're not sure about who they are still in love with or aren't in love with, or meet someone who says, I want to date, but I recently got out of something. And so I'm not sure that I want to date just one person yet. I feel like our character is so over all of that. So when it comes to love, we have, I think, Aquarius feeling like, wow, I'm not dealing with people that are indecisive. I'm over that. I'm over an ex that might have put me into that energy, or, made me wait on them to decide how they feel. If you don't know how you feel, then the answer is no. I'm not dealing with you. Clarity or nothing, which is absolutely amazing. And I feel like it just made life simple and happy. We have Empress upright. Very nice. If Aquarius is shifting into divine feminine Empress energy, she is here saying, that's it. I do only stuff that really makes sense. I only deal with people that know what they want, because it begins with me and I know what I want. We got three major arcana. This is big change, big, 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 big change. So, does Aquarius have somebody on their mind? We have the World, which is Capricorn energy, and we could have Aquarius saying, listen, everything's on my mind. Anything that I like is going to be what I go for. Anything and everyone that I'm interested in that suits me. If I don't know why I want to say it this way, but if I'm walking down the street and I like the smell of the pastries baking in a pastry shop, I'm going to walk right into that shop. If I like the sound of somebody's voice that I hear sitting, behind me on the metro or the bus line, I'm going to turn around and look smack dab at that person to see what they look like, and see what their energy is. If I hear music that I like, I might start dancing. I just feel like she's going to own the fact that the world is her oyster, and she's doing things that actually are confident yeses. Anything she wants to explore, whether it's a person, this is more like a lifestyle change. This isn't just about love. This is about her wanting to be able to confidently interact with things that make her happy because they're clear. Things that she knows how she feels about certain things, that's what she'll pursue. She's very much in a power position right now. She wants to pursue situations and people that actually are alluring to her. I love that. Six of Wands. That attitude of certainty that is coming off of her, that is so strong. That is such a, like, she's not hung up on like, well, I hope somebody likes me, I'm gonna, get fretting in my head or worried about it. Are you kidding me? She's about, what do I want? I'm It's not saying that she's gonna steamroll people and it's all like, get out of my way, I want what I want, and if I got my eyes set on you, I'm gonna get you. It's not that kind of energy, but it is about like, why would I not pursue what I'm interested in? That kind of certainty and personal empowerment is very hot. And I kind of think that this is going to be somebody who, there may be some handsome cowboy that she's looking right at, she's interested in. This could be somebody that she admires the way he is with horses. He doesn't have to be a cowboy, but let's say she sees somebody in their profession, in their job. She's like, God, that person's amazing. How attractive are they? Look at how they manage their life. Look at what a professional they are. Look at how good they are at whatever it is that they do. I like that. I like somebody who confidently knows who they are and knows what their capabilities are, and they can manage their life. I think that's more what she's looking for, because that's the same energy that she's in. She's going to really admire, even if it's just purely in a platonic or friendship way. She's going to start accruing people around her that are much like herself. Certainty. Gone are the days of the wishy-washy. Gone are the days of the third party, the waiting, the indecisive no man's land. I'm not sure what they think. I'm not sure what they want. They don't know what they think or what they want. Everything here in Aquarius's life is being replaced by complete certainty, confidence, and people that behave the same way. It's like she's getting a whole new soul group around her, which is amazing. So what does that mean though? Does she, I mean, I was intending to do a check-in on the topic of love for Aquarius, but I didn't know it was more like it's a whole life overhaul. It's not just about love. I can understand how it would be better to do a whole life overhaul and start, mingling with people. They always say that, the people that we associate with somehow, some way are, like a bit of a connection to who we are as well. There's some kind of a reflection there. I don't know. I mean, there's a yes and a no to that. Personally, I've always had friends in every walk of life. I mean, I couldn't possibly put my friends in one room because they would hate each other because they're all so vastly different. But there's something nice about all of them, but they all have different viewpoints, strongly different held opinions. They would probably not get along if they were to start, like comparing and contrasting what they agree and disagree on, because probably they all have different beliefs about stuff, maybe not different moral compasses, but different beliefs. And I guess I'm just saying that we can have, it all depends on how you interact with people. Like, what is it that you appreciate and admire about somebody? What is it that makes you gravitate toward them? What are their strengths? What are the things that you like about them? She's going to start like gravitating toward people that have that same vibe that she's putting out. And I feel like that's going to attract a very specific type into her life. Now, her friends might all be able to get together and be friends, but right now kind of looks like there is a specific potential romantic partner that she'll be attracting also, but it does not start with romance. In fact, it's the reverse of that. We've got the Ace of Wands in the reverse. She's not drawn to somebody because she thinks they're hot. She's drawn to somebody's confidence and the fact that she wants to be around people that know what they're doing and why they're doing it. It may not even be like, oh, wow, he's so attractive to me. He may not be what she typically goes for. Maybe she doesn't like a cowboy look, but she likes his security, his personal authenticity. And now it's like, oh, he's really hot. No, he doesn't have the, whatever the clothes that I usually like. I like a man who wears suits. He wears cowboy hats. But for some reason, that works because it's more about what he is on the inside. That could be what she's starting to notice. Got the Nine of Pentacles here. I do think that I keep saying she for Aquarius, but certainly this could be masculine as well. I'm just saying that you notice that it's all about like the inner self. This is Aquarius again feeling super confident, but they are very much aware. Here's this incredible wisdom. And look at how close the ancestor is, like nose to nose with Aquarius. I feel like Aquarius's ancestors are saying, good job. Good job. You've got the wisdom. You know what your worth is now. You know what you're attracted to. And it isn't looks. It's the foundational. It's the inner strength. It's the inner like core. And you know it now because that's what you've found in yourself. I really feel like the ancestors are very proud of Aquarius right now. I feel like, did Aquarius have a message like that not too long ago? We got the Ten of Pentacles. Look, I'm not saying that it's always so easy to just magically meet the right person kind of right out of the gate, but in this storyline, we certainly shortcut it and it makes it look like this happens. But I was talking about at first, like Aquarius might start attracting a multitude of people in their life because the world card says more than one. But out of the many that Aquarius might start meeting that are all people of substance and consequence and people who know what they're doing and know what they think and know why they're doing things, I do feel like one of them will become quite important to Aquarius. One of them will become someone who's a lot more than just like a friend that they respect and admire or someone that they've started to like, interact with. It keeps feeling like Aquarius is going to have quite a warm group around them, but this still boils it down to there is a deep bond brewing for Aquarius, or there will be now that they've made this change. And where we open this storyline up is we're standing outside the door before Aquarius walks through the threshold. So we're seeing Aquarius at a pivotal moment in their life. The moment that they are done waiting on indecisive people, the moment that they're done having their heart put on a shelf, and they're just about to change their circumstances. And then we got to see everything else play out, like what happens as they step through that threshold. Final message is Ace of Cups. I do think that Aquarius is going to have a very wonderful, everlasting love. Somebody who has really beautiful, long, they could be a pianist or something. I just keep seeing really long, beautiful fingers on this person's hand. I mean, maybe Aquarius has really long, lovely, like artistic fingers, or the person that they will wind up with has that, or maybe that's just a metaphor for, like a long-term relationship. Human hands are a really great image of like, I'm reaching out, I'm offering you something. I'll always offer you this. This is for a long, long time. You'll have my heart. This could be just the bond that will have a really, great deal of longevity. But there is love on the horizon, but it is with a new person. Do we see anything else about who he is? He could be a fire sign, since we did see him. He could be a Gemini. He could be the fire sign or the Gemini. He could be a cowboy. Doesn't have to be. He could be any nationality. I just really enjoy this particular deck. And so it is specifically a cowboy deck. So it doesn't give me a whole lot of other options for like career paths to mention necessarily, just because it is all cowboy. But then the other decks that I've used could be anything, right? So we have any influence, any career path to describe him. I don't want to hone in on the cowboy just because the whole deck is cowboy. But this says, I mean, it's Year of the Snake. They could be in the middle of a transition. They could have, maybe they did work, on a dude ranch at one point. That could be something in their past, interestingly enough, but a lot has changed in their life. We all do a lot of different jobs in our lifetime. Year of the Snake says they could have gone through a pretty significant shift or change even this year. And I know we're, at the beginning of month 5 in the year, but really 4 months and a few days, a lot can happen. Sometimes our life goes through like periods where everything is stable, and then we go through massive change in the span of just, a month or two. So he could have recently gone through a huge life change. He could be moving to her area. He could be someplace, other than where he used to be, or have just taken on a new career path, or something in his past is like how he used to identify, and now he's returned to it. Whatever this change is, it's something new in his life. I don't feel like he's somebody who's like recently divorced or something. I feel like this is more in a career path change for him, or a location, a living situation. The Lovers is a card of, choice. So I just don't get any vibe that he was recently married. He could have broken up with somebody that's incredibly different than Aquarius. Like, for him to be drawn to Aquarius is going to be nothing like the ex. I mean, it's literally the difference between night and day. So this could be really, really nice. If somebody chooses an individual who is so vastly different from their previous partner, um, in this one scenario, it could be that that's what he likes so much about Aquarius is like, man, you are nothing like anybody I've ever dated. You're nothing like anybody I've ever fallen for, which is exactly what I wanted. My life has changed. I was looking for change. That's exactly where Aquarius is at too. I'm looking for something so different than what I had before. Can we see anything briefly about what his past was? Strength card sideways, not a very stable connection. If he dealt with a Leo, it could have been someone who was not quite karmic, but not quite not karmic either. Could have been somebody who wielded their power in a not very nice way. There could have been a lot of power struggle between himself and the previous partner. They didn't really feel like a team working together, but more like he was an employee of a previous partner. That could have been an element that I can see how somebody who's empowered would not enjoy that at all. I don't want to be made to feel like your employee, and if that's what he had in a past relationship, I can totally understand how he would have wanted something totally different, because this personality type is not going to enjoy being made to feel like somebody else tells them when to jump and how high. I don't see that having worked very well. So I can see why it would have been a relationship, because he's not wounded over any past relationship, or still like dragging heels, or wishing to get back together with an ex. He's seemingly all into, especially with the Lovers card, he's very much into Aquarius. This is just what he's wanted. That's really nice. So that's who's on the horizon for Aquarius. Everything is new, 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 new. But I love the fact that it's new for Aquarius, and it's new for the person Aquarius matches up with, the cowboy. So I'm going to leave that one there. Oh, I liked that for Aquarius. Guys, thank you so much. Bianca, Irene, great to see you. Candy's Life. Ah, so wonderful to catch you tonight. You're so sweet, Caitlin B. Thank you. You're just here to hang. I love it. You're so sweet. Thank you, honey. Panthers 44. Delighted you made it. Nikki O, wonderful to see you again tonight. Sexy Senator Sag, thank you again, love. That is so kind. Thank you. Hi, Sandy. Right back to you, love. AC, I'm so glad you made it into this one also. Kathleen Palmer, wonderful to see you. I totally get it, Kathleen. Yeah, I'm like a double Virgo, and I don't resonate with Virgo. And yet I love to do Virgo storylines. They just never seem to be things that, like, I don't see myself as a Virgo. And so I totally get it. We all have like different placements. I like the North Node placements myself, but that's so awesome. You guys are so wonderful. All right, I'm going to bounce on out, and we're going to get to a couple of other zodiacs still tonight. And then right at midnight, I'll go live again. I probably will do some zodiacs that I won't do live, and then I will go live at midnight for today's topic. All right. Bye for right now, you guys. Nikki, are you Cancer North Node? That's awesome. Love it. Oh, Sandy, thank you. Sweet dreams to you too, sweetie. All right, you guys. Bye for right now.